From teens being trapped inside the body of a 2-year-old to 5 feet long hairballs removed from the stomach, today we look at the stories of 20 teens you won't believe. Have you ever imagined and feared of an insect crawling inside your ear without you noticing? Well, a 14-year-old boy from Arkansas had a 4-inch long centipede crawling inside his ear. He discovered the insect swarming around because of the painful earaches. The centipede had caused some damage to the boy's eardrum and ear canal, but doctors expect him to make a full recovery. "15-year-old Kavita Kumari had a 5 feet long hairball removed from her stomach. How did she end up with so much hair in her stomach? The girl was addicted to eating hair. Wait, what? Yes, she would frequently eat the hairs of the dolls as well as her own hair. Usually after a prolonged period of eating hairs, a massive amount of hair would start to clog in her stomach, causing severe pain. "17-year-old Emily James suffers from Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, meaning her joints are more prone to dislocation, which happens several times a day. Emily's jaw pops off every so often that doctors had to wire it shut. This prevents her from eating, so she's fed through a tube. Even the simple task of sleeping can be a struggle. Emily has to sleep in splints to stop her bones from dislocating. Doctor tried several methods to keep her joints in place, but failed several times. They are considering a full body cast to hold Emily in place while she sleeps." A 19-year-old teenager is trapped inside the body of a 2-year-old. Girija has a rare medical condition that prevents her body to grow and develop properly. At the age of 19, she is less than 3 feet tall and only weighs around 27 pounds. She is unable to sit upright because her head is too heavy for her body. Girija has to lay on her back all the time. Even though she has a difficult life, she stays very positive and tries to be as independent as possible. She even sells art for a living and helps support her parents financially. Raymond and Ruben, ages 15 and 16, are jailed for 30 years after torturing an 87-year-old senior. The two teenagers broke into the elderly lady's home while she was asleep. They tied her up before assaulting the female. Luckily, she was able to survive the attack and call for help. The two teenagers were put into juvenile jail and will be transferred to an adult facility when they are old enough. Seven teens came home to their parents pregnant after a 5-day school trip. The teachers blamed the parents for the lack of sex education, but others said the teachers were responsible for supervising the students' activities. So who's really at fault? This incident sparked a nationwide debate about sex education issues in Bosnia. "14-year-old Brittany Marshall stayed away from her family's tradition of going under the knife. The mother and 4 daughters claimed to have around $50,000 worth of silicone breast implants combined. Unlike her mother and sisters who had enhancements done, Brittany refuses to have breast implants. "15-year-old teen is incredibly flexible, earning the nickname Rubber Boy. From India, the boy is able to rotate his arms 360 degrees, rotate his head 180 degrees, and bend his back abnormally. The teen also claims that he feels no pain when he's bending and rotating his body parts. "18-year-old Julia Vin is strong and beautiful. Her goal is to become one of the world's strongest bodybuilders. Julia has acquired more than 77,000 Instagram followers admiring her incredible physique and beauty. Before she started her journey on bodybuilding, Julia was a very skinny girl that studied hard in school. She claimed that bodybuilding gave her a purpose and a goal. From her hard work and dedication, Julia Vinn holds 3 world records for powerlifting. 18-year-old Lucy and Maria are twins. More specifically, they are biracial twins. As you can see in the picture, they have different skin tones and eye colors. This is caused by their mixed race percentage. The father is white and the mother is half Jamaican. The scans of the twins before birth did not show any signs since skin color isn't shown, so the parents were shocked after the twins were born. Thirteen-year-old brothers Shivana and Shivram are connected at the hips. The incredible conjoined twins have learned to live in harmony with a shared body. They are able to wash, feed, and clothe themselves without the help of others. Since the brothers have their own vital organs, doctors believe that they can be separated, but the twins and father are against the idea. "19-year-old Isabella has a rare genetic condition called Parkes-Weber syndrome that causes her right leg to swell permanently. Her right leg is twice the size of the left leg and weighs around 40 pounds alone. Despite of her condition, she stays positive by showing confidence in her body and even poses for bikini photos. Isabella refuses to let this condition hold her back. 18-year-old Hunter suffers from a rare genetic condition called Harlequin ichthyosis, meaning her skin is too thick, which causes dry patches all over her body. The young female has no hair because the follicles are blocked by the skin. She can't even sweat and is in constant danger of dehydration during the summertime. Many newborns with Harlequin die during the early infancy. Fortunately, there are preventative techniques for people like Hunter to have a longer lifespan. A 15-year-old boy gets his 13-year-old sister pregnant. Born in Northern Ireland, the infant is now aged 2, and after court ruling, it will be adopted. A 13-year-old girl from India has an undiagnosed condition where she bleeds from her feet, hands, and head spontaneously. What seems strange is that only her mother is there when the bleeding starts, and when she gets examined by a doctor, there are no signs of where the blood will come from. Many claim that this is real, but there is no evidence, so a hoax is more plausible. 12-year-old Mahendra suffers from a rare condition that makes his neck bend and head hang from his body. His head bends at 180-degree angle. The young boy is severely handicapped. He's unable to walk or even stand. Doctors are currently working on a treatment for the young boy. Hopefully, the doctors can help him have a better quality of life. A 14-year-old girl was forced into pregnancy using a donor sperm. The mother forced her 14-year-old daughter to get pregnant because she wanted another child. The mother also plans to raise the child as her own. A 13-year-old teen becomes a father after getting his 16-year-old girlfriend pregnant. The parents claim that their son is very mature for his age and will make a great father. They also stated that he would certainly be better than most 25-year-old dads out there. Cassidy Hooper is a young girl who was born with no eyes and nose. She had 12 surgeries in the past 6 years. Soon she will have a surgery that will give her a nose. A bone will be removed from her rib cage and attached to her forehead. This will form a bridge for her new nose. Christian Fernandez is a 13-year-old boy who was charged as an adult with a first-degree murder. He was charged of beating his 2-year-old half-brother to death and sexually assaulting his 5-year-old half-brother. The young boy's father was in jail and the mother was nowhere to be found. There was an adult watching over Christian, which was his grandmother, who was a coke addict.